to this new pose here.
Yeah, listen, I have to keep you talking because otherwise you're gonna fall asleep if I leave you for too long. It's like a computer where you have to constantly jiggle the mouse, to constantly come over here and kick him. Case in point, see, he's ready to fall asleep now.
You don't realize the day I had today.
I can imagine. Remember, I deal at the same level of intelligence at work. Anyways, so...
Anyway, back to the race car while we're here. Welcome back.
Yeah, race car.
Race car.
You know, making fun of you. That's what I do here.
Yes.
So over the weekend, I was working and at the racetrack, and you were not.
I wasn't at the racetrack, but I was working.
Yeah, you were playing mad scientist with a bunch of carburetors.
Yeah.
I come in and I get teeny tiny things shoved in my face. Can you read this? Yes.
Yes, jets. No, we've been talking about the car not running 100% this year for whatever reason. It went through the ignition.
Put new wires on it.
Put new wires, plugs. So it wasn't running 100%. It was running better. And then, with the every other week schedule, I actually had time to, think. And so we decided to go through the carburetors and stuff like that. I bought a cheap set of carb syncing gauges and vacuum gauges and all that stuff. So I was messing around with it, and I think I figured out some stuff on the carburetors.
So would you like to stand up and at least kind of vaguely point to the bits and pieces that you're talking about?
Again, now this is so old school that most people don't even realize what these are anymore.
Well, yeah, demonstrate for the class. Educate the masses.
Oh, well. Okay. So this is on the 1250, 1200s, the 1219s, whatever. These are motorcycle carburetors, very common, old school. Now everything is fuel injected and all that stuff. Basically, this is where the air filters sit on this side. This is the side that goes up to the engine. These are your throttle plates and all that stuff. Most of the problem with these carburetors, let me get a better view this way.
I was just going to rotate it so it's going long ways in the shot.
What happens with a lot of these carburetors, they get out of sync. Since we have 4 independent carburetors, one for each cylinder, they have to be synchronized, so they're flowing the right amount to each cylinder, so you have a balanced air-fuel flow.
It's like when spies say, "Oh, let's synchronize our watches."
Pretty much, I spy. So what happens is there's air adjustments, and these 3 screws over here where you will sync these 2 carburetors, and then this third one in the middle will sync them all together.
Now, does that one in the middle treat each half as
Well, the throttle opens up all of them.
Okay.
But the throttle plate can be adjusted. So depending on how good the engine is, as far as if each cylinder is 100% drawing the air in, if this is off by a little bit compared to this one, it's going to be an imbalanced airflow.
Mm-hmm.
So you have 4 of them that you kind of have to match to get the right airflow through all of them. Now, you would think that they were all the same and stuff like that, but no, we're talking about thousands of an inch difference in this opening, and that airflow through here changes the airflow throughout the whole carburetor.
Mm-hmm.
So, like today's, what everybody with the F09s, the MTs, when they've had the problem with the idling, they don't idle at all, and they have to send out their throttle bodies and ECUs to be resynced. Electronically, that's how they're doing it. We do it here with adjustment screws.
Gotcha.
Because
so when they're talking about a throttle body, it's basically what's in with that throttle plate?
That right there.
Okay.
So on a fuel injection, you don't have fuel flowing through here. You have a fuel injector that squirts fuel into the cylinder head behind the valve.
Is that when you have those 2 valves?
Well, one's exhaust, one is... Well, these have 4 valves.
Okay.
But
I don't know. Listen, my extent of knowledge on an engine is a little plastic, DIY automatic motor kit from, the 90s.
So anyway, when you open up the throttle, these open up. These will go up and up as more air is flowing. Pressure differential, that'll come up. That will allow fuel from the fuel bowl to be drawn in through the jet. This big needle that's on the bottom here. I don't know if I can. Hold on. That rod in the middle here, that opens up and lets the fuel flow in through the carburetor.
Is that little brass colored part the one that I was reading?
Well, that screws into that.
Oh, okay. That's the other side of it.
That's the tube that screws into the jet where that pin goes down to, so you can actually shut it off.
Gotcha.
Because then you have idle jets for idling.
Because even when you're not pressing on the gas, you need the engine to keep running.
Correct, to let fuel in and stuff like that.
And then it's this hook up here is where the throttle cable attaches
yes,
to?
Yes, that goes that way down. So I was playing around with it and stuff like that.
Checking what jets were actually in there.
Cleaning them out and stuff like that. Just playing around with it. So did some adjustments on it. Seems to be running good. We'll see it this Saturday at the track. If that's the case, then I got an engine stand over there. Pulled out of Rico's equipment that I have.
The red box that the bumper.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the diamond plate.
Yes. I have set that up. I'm going to have a engine on there running, and then this way I can sync the carburetors on that. Since it really isn't synced to the engine, it's just syncing the carburetors together. So as long as you have a good vacuum engine on all 4 cylinders, the airflow will go through, and you can adjust make your adjustments on this.
And then, so this is the air side, right? No, this is
this is where the
filter.
That's your fuel. This is where the air filters go.
Okay. Is this the one that you were talking about had
an AN fitting on the other
Okay.
one. Yes, that is an upgradable part. Bigger inlet. I don't know why, because of the amount of fuel pump pressure is all the same.
But if you want to change it, you have to separate all 4.
I have to get up.
I made him move. See, I got to keep him moving. This is another fancy case that we acquired from. Why are these trash bags like 17 feet long?
So they get them for free for valve covers.
Oh, okay.
From Ford.
Okay. Yeah, so that's the fancier.
I'm going to assume originally, because I've got into this late in the beginning.
I don't know. Somebody do
these were plastic at one point.
Somebody do pixel measurements and see. I think that hole is actually the inner hole
is bigger.
No, I think that where the actual hole in the inside.
I didn't look down in there.
Yeah, I think that's about the same. This is just a sturdier. This one is just sturdier, and you can screw it together.
You know, people are saying that you can get a 6 AN fitting. I don't know if that's a 6 AN fitting.
I still am confused as to what an AN fitting actually means, other than it's made out of aluminum. I just go, Yeah. That's the one with the pretty color wrenches, right?
Yes. We can buy pretty wrenches, color-coded.
Yeah, he still won't let me buy the color-coded, like, Allen keys or bits from Harbor Freight. I have enough of these.
So, we were playing around with carburetors. I got different sized jets between this one and that one. I still haven't taken out those on the car yet. That's after this weekend. I'm going to pull those apart, go through them. And then we'll get these on the car, synchronize them. Went through the car, tweak this and tweak that here and there. So did we do a vlog since after we raced?
I mean, you had the one of the racing, that it turned into like a half hour long of you talking about things. This is just the off week stuff.
So I was happy. The car still wasn't running 100%, and I was running
Very, very consistent.
Consistent 13.8s, 13.9s, which I know I'm still behind, but once I get these engines running to peak power, I have some better driving to understand. Because I realize going in, mentally this is how my thought process is. Since this is the first time I have a car that actually will turn through the turns, to go through the corner, I am still braking way too soon.
He's expecting the rear end to snap around
Right.
it
I'm
used
expecting
to.
either go plow up the racetrack or dirt track.
Which
Not
he
on
did.
purpose.
which he experienced a little bit in his heat race. But.
And how I can tell is, and this is driver experience, when I'm on the inside of somebody, I'm braking way too soon because my back bumper is getting hammered.
Yes.
Okay?
100%.
And I'm not blaming the drivers behind me. It just is one of those things that they're not expecting me to stop or slow down as quickly because they know they can get into the turn faster.
And that is the grand sum total of like maybe what we said, like 20 hours total since you've started racing.
And now that I have a car that'll actually go into the turn and make the turn,
he just needs to actually, in practice, send it.
I have to send it to find the limit of, high side, low side, passing people.
And that's the biggest thing is driving the car in the right line by yourself is fine, but when you have to race and pass people, that is that next learning step.
Yes.
But
now that I have a car that actually will make the turn
and handle while racing people.
And that's the next level of where I have to get to.
Which we will talk about more when we actually get back on the track. Yeah. Now, if it's easily accessible, show off that t-shirt we found.
So
we bought a bunch of stuff from Visconti. John?
Visconti Motorsports.
Yeah.
Now, as he's talking, he raced Legends because I bought a bunch of stuff off of him.
Didn't we have like a Josh Berry or Ryan Preece hero card?
Yes, that bin is around here somewhere. It has Josh Berry.
I think that's where all the tape is. Just the miscellaneous things that you collect.
Anyway,
we'll find it at some point, and I think we have shown it off in the past. But just these miscellaneous bins labeled oh, hey, I know that name.
Yes. So
in that same vein.
So we had bought this last year. There's box and parts and stuff like that. Beginning of last year, a year and a half ago. Anyway, so I'm finally getting around to getting to it and stuff like that. So I open up this beautiful case.
Which I did the puppy dog eyes. I'm like, the case is really nice. Can we take it?
It has carburetors in it. So I looked at it, and we had this white T-shirt.
It's acting as packing material, just preventing the carbs from shifting around.
And I'm new enough into the racing part of being a race fan, and I've heard the stories of CJ Lanahan, right? I said that pronounced that right? Who's this?
Lehman.
I'm
like, what Irish folk are you talking about?
Sorry about that.
CJ Lehman.
Okay. I know he's gone through some personal issues. I think there are injuries, whatever.
Everybody has a life story, and we don't need to hear it.
Story. But I've heard his name. Everybody talks about him. I don't know him personally. I don't know anything. I know that...
my experience is he drives the number 33 Tormod.
He had a street stock last year.
Yes.
So I'm not going to say good, bad, or anything about him. I don't know him personally. I've never...
We know the name.
I might recognize him if I see him. I couldn't tell you. So anyway, knowing that he races at Riverbend Raceway, not knowing his history, I opened up this case, finally. He said, let me look at these carburetors. Finally, he says, now I've got everything else on the car good. I want to get into the carburetors and stuff like that.
He has an off week. He can think.
Which is dangerous. So this was stuffed into this box. So I said, oh, look. I was like, oh, look. I wonder whose race shirt is this. So the IGA number 74 from Visconti Motorsports t-shirt.
And you got, oh, hey.
I know IGA.
Baldwin Automotive.
Baldwin Automotive. All the other sponsors and stuff like that. I'm like, oh. Visconti Motorsports.
And I'm like, hey, wait a minute.
We know that name.
I know that name. So,
obviously no tag or whatever and stuff like that. So this is no longer a rag. This is going to get washed. And when next time that the Tour Type mods are racing with the Legends, or if CJ Lehman happens to see this and wants to stop by on an off week or anything like that, I'm going to get this washed and I'm going to have him autograph it. Whether he wants it or not, as a momentum, he probably's got through hundreds of them and says, I never want to see that again. But I think this is cool to have something like this. I've never watched this race.
No, that's a crate mod, isn't it? Because those tires look like...
No, you can't go by the pictures, but I do believe...
It looks like it's a crate mod tire.
I do believe this is a Tour Type mod.
I know he did race a crate mod at some point, because I got,
So it might be.
I got the history lesson. But we'd love to hear the story of that car. So either come find us in the pits.
If it's good or bad, we'll have. I want to have a chat with CJ.
Either a commiseration or a celebratory beer.
Of saying, I found part of history for you.
Yep.
Whether it's good, bad, or a difference, I don't know. We'll figure that out, and what we air or we don't air it. So it's one of those.
All
things.
it is, hey, we found the shirt, we know the name, and we just want to share it with everybody. So
I don't know the history. I don't know if it was a good thing, a bad thing.
But it's cool to us.
But we found something that I think somebody either is going to burn it or he's going to do whatever with
Laugh
it.
and be like, oh man, nostalgia.
Have a little story time with it, stuff like that.
And on that note,
we are racing this Saturday, hopefully due to the weather. Who knows? I don't know.
I haven't looked at it yet. It's Monday. I don't look at the weather till Thursday.
Pretty much, and even that's a crapshoot on Thursday.
Exactly.
But yeah, just to
keep you posted.
Keep you posted. We're working on it. It's actually probably the first time you see it all together because I had an off weekend that I could actually sit here and
put it back together.
Do all the stuff. So, got a few things I want to do yet this week.
We got some new oil filters. He repainted the top. Both of the quick jacks are now red. Because somebody likes to have a little too much fun with spray paint.
It's the fumes.
Yeah, I'm aware.
So,
that and you had, what was it? The gum cutter. The carb cleaner. Is that specifically carb cleaner? It is. I don't know. It's cool.
Outlawed in California.
Yeah, what else is new? Anyways, on that note, hey, Gum Cutter, if you want to sponsor us, we'd love to have you.
Yes, anybody.
On that note,
peace out.
We'll see you next time.